Man up with Tucker. Man up. Hey, my brothers, how's everybody doing out there? I pray that everybody, even during this pandemic, that you are prosperous and in good health, even as your soul prosper. Welcome to another edition of Man Up with Tucker. You know, I want to start this edition today with giving you a praise report, because I truly believe that when people are praying with you and for you, you need to let them know when you receive an answer from the Lord. And I have received my answer. But first of all, for you to get a full understanding of this, I want to start at the beginning, because I truly believe that if you hear it from the beginning, that you will hear and see God's mercy and grace and his faithfulness in my life. It started about 17 years ago. I had been with the Lord for about 4 years. My ministry was booming. I was head of the prison ministry at the church. God had blessed me with Tarsa, and we were married for going on 3 years. And we were getting ready to have our son, Titus. And so as always, once a year, I used to go for my annual physical. And on this one, the doctor called and told me that I had hepatitis C. And so I asked him, how could I have contracted this virus? And he said, well, have you ever had a blood transfusion? I said, no, I haven't. He said, have you ever shared needles with anyone? And when he said that, my heart just sank, because I said my old sinful nature had caught up with me. You see, I told you all before, I had been in the world for 28 years, from the age of 13 to 41. And those were some of the darkest years of my life, because from 15 to 19, where at 15, I was introduced to heroin. And so I'm a product of the 70s. I was a teenager in the 70s. So we not only shot heroin, but I took all kind of pills. And on top of that, I was drinking. And then I was going in and out of jail, in and out of jail. I have been to every penal institution in the state of Illinois, starting with the Artie home and ending up in the penitentiary, and every jail in between. But I didn't know God's hand was in all of that, because you see, me going in and out of jail was giving me a break, because I would have killed myself being that young and putting all those chemicals in my body. I would have surely killed myself. But God, in his mercy and his grace, was sparing me. And so he sent me to a specialist, and this specialist checked my results, and he did some other tests. And he told me, he said, listen, he said, we don't have a cure for this right now, but we can give you some treatment that might stop the spread. And so he said, I want you to fill this form out, and when you get through, I want to start the treatment. And so as he went out to get the form, I'm in this room by myself, and it seemed like hours that I was in there. And I heard this small voice say, don't take the treatment. And so when he came back in, I told him, you know, I said, I'm a Christian, and I believe that God has told me not to take this treatment, so I'm not going to take it. And he said, you're not going to take it? I said, no, I'm not going to take it. And so he said, one moment. He went out, and I heard him tell his nurse, I guess she was getting stuff together, that he's not going to take it. And she said, he doesn't want to live. And I cannot lie to you, brothers. When I heard that, it sent shivers through my body. And I said to the Lord, Lord, is this really you? Is this really you telling me not to take this treatment? And so when he came back in, I got confirmation from the Lord that that was him. Because the first thing he said out of his mouth was, you know, I can't force you to take the treatment, it's your life, but I can tell you this, don't ever drink alcohol beverages again, and always take vitamin E's. And brothers, I nearly fell out the chair when he told me that, because this was going on 4 years now, and I hadn't had a drink. When I re-accepted Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior of my life, December 31st, 1999, he took the taste of alcohol out of my mouth. And today it's been 21 years and I have not had a drink. Before that, I had started taking vitamin E's because I was getting a lot of colds, and I was told that it would help my immune system. And Tarsa got me on vitamin C's. And so I knew that this was from the Lord. And so fast forward, every year prior to that, I would take a test. They would check my liver to see if my numbers changed. And all those years, my numbers hadn't changed. But 2 years ago, my numbers started to change. And I knew something wasn't right. And so, but in the meantime, I'm hearing that they have a cure for this thing now. See, then they were using people for guinea pigs. They didn't have a cure, you know, but now I was hearing that they had a cure. And so it seemed like every time I turned on the television, I would hear this commercial, we have a cure for hepatitis C. And I'm like, Lord, is it time? Is this what you want me to do? And so last September, I went and took the treatment, and it was a 12-week treatment. And in January, they told me, I retested, and they told me that I was cured. I was hepatitis C free. But I was supposed to take another test because you take 2 blood tests after that. But I didn't take it because COVID hit, and they were shutting everything down. So 2 months ago, my wife and I, we went and took another physical, and it showed up again. And so I went back to the specialist, and he said, you are cured. He said, what they're seeing is antibodies. We give 2 different tests. And so he retested me again, and it came back that I am hepatitis free. So I thank you all for praying for me, but I want you brothers to understand this. God is faithful. And if God says it, he's going to do it. And I love the way Dr. Charles Stanley puts it. Obey God and leave the consequences to him. Until next time, man up.